Hi, how's it going? This is my vlog for the 30th, September 30th, I guess, the last day of the year. Um, on 10/49 on Monday. I'm gonna have to do my taxes once it gets to the 1st. It's due by the 15th. Anyway. Yeah, it's, what time is it? 10:49 because I got to bed at maybe like 10, 9, 9:30, 10. I was super wired yesterday. I didn't do anything in terms of exercise because I got up well, no, actually I did stretching. I did like maybe hour and a half, like an hour and a half of stretching yesterday. I got up really early. I got up at like, got out of bed at like 7:30 or something like that, or 8. Called my mom right away, see if she wanted help, and then, yeah, I was able to stretch until like 9 or something. Oh, 9, I stretched from 8:15 to 9:15, and then to her house, but I was there like all day because I was helping her. It was a big day, kind of throwing things away, giving me a bunch of things to bring here, and then to give to the bookstore, shuffling stuff around, putting a bunch of stuff in her car, vacuumed her house, just all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I got back at like, it was almost dark, and so I watched, when I got back, I watched about an hour. I think I watched the first 7 jiu-jitsu tutorials. I watched my very first jiu-jitsu tutorial, but with my dummy. So I memorizing every single movement because I want to make a routine. I have different levels. I have like fitness levels of 5 different sports. So, oh, my birds I think started singing when I started talking. But then I got bored of that. I could only do that for like an hour. And then I watched The Mummy here and then in my bed. And then had insomnia. I could on Peacock. I had Peacock for a month because I got it for those about to die. And then, yeah, but I had insomnia. I was just laying in bed, like completely awake. And then the sun came up. And I looked at my watch. It said 6:18. And I still hadn't gotten any sleep. I was just laying in bed with insomnia. I got like 1 in the morning or midnight or something. I had the second half of the sandwich that I couldn't finish. Okay, I didn't want it to get old and not be able to eat it this morning. And maybe that, contributed. But yeah. So, but luckily I managed to get to sleep. Like maybe like 6:30. I was like, well, screw this. I'm just going to lay down and maybe I can sleep in the morning. Because that's actually usually the easiest time for me to go to sleep anyway. Is right around sunrise. Yeah, and it worked. I went to sleep and actually slept. I don't remember any dreams, so maybe it wasn't that deep. But then I woke up and I was just laying there for like, after I woke up for at least like an hour. So maybe I slept from 6:30 to 9:30, like 3 hours. But at least I'm rested. Like, all I needed was the REM. That was what I needed. Without the REM, everything's wrong. Strength is down and everything. So I'm good. I'm good to go today, even though it's a late start. Yeah, hopefully I forgot to take a melatonin. So what I'm gonna do today, because the last time I exercised was day before yesterday. I rode 40 miles, 40,000 feet. 40 miles, 4,000 feet, 3.5 hours. Yeah, yesterday my quads were sore as I was walking down the stairs of my mom's place. And that was from lifting weights the day before that, not from the bike ride. So, yeah, my body has been in recovery, so I'm getting in shape. So, very slowly. Like, I've been doing this a month, and tomorrow I'm gonna have to take my test, my history test. And the bike thing. I've been doing this a month, and seems like more than that. But yeah, I still am totally wrecked, totally destroyed. yeah, I'm so glad that I don't have like a job I have to go to, or like any kind of other social responsibilities, because I need like every freaking second I could get. I have like not exercised when I should have, just for since I was like 18. Just pisses me off. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just gonna stretch for an hour probably, and then it'll probably be ready for me to try to do a bike ride. You know, luckily I don't. Well, not luckily, but I don't have to start in the beginning of the day to do a bike ride because I don't have endurance anyway. My endurance when I first started riding was like 3 hours, and then last time I went it was 3.5. So maybe if I go on a ride today, maybe I could do a 4-hour ride. Who knows? But I didn't do anything yesterday, so I can choose between riding or lifting weights. You know, like if I did lift weights yesterday, I would ride today, or if I rode yesterday, I would lift weights today. But I didn't do anything, so I can choose. So, yeah, one thing that I haven't done yet is lifting in my house. And I want to practice that overhead squat and the overhead even snatch squat. But I have to get, oh, that's right, I have to get limber for that though. Like the main thing is just a limbarity thing. I have no limbarity, so I was experimenting with different stretches. I have to stretch my pecs to be able to do that. So as I was stretching yesterday, I stretched like maybe 2 hours yesterday. It was like an hour when I got back in the morning and then in the evening. But I was brought my bench out here and with dumbbells and was came up with some really good stretches, and then one really good stretch here with the bench combined with this couch, because the couch at the very bottom, you know, has this wooden board that goes across, you know, that's right off the floor. And so if I get on that bench and I reach down and try to grab my hands on that bench way down below and, you know, bring them up like this, that's a crazy stretch. Like I couldn't even do that. So if I can do that stretch, I can totally stretch out my pecs. And then I'm going to practice doing the overhead squat with the broomstick, and then maybe the bar if I can even do that. And then, but then also with front squatting with my dumbbells, do a dumbbell stuff. So, but I'm not in any rush for that. You know, I'm such a wreck. What I do? Yeah, I suck at. So I think I'm gonna. I'm kind of leaning towards going to on a ride today, but I might not. It's kind of depends how I feel. But yeah, so that's what I'm up to. I listened to a little bit more of Summa Theologica by St. Thomas Aquinas. I have 15 hours, 29 minutes left. It's a 71-hour long book. It's a really interesting book, you know, all the different rules. It's hard to remember all the different, like, laws. It's like a law book having to do with morals. So it's a law book. It's like a manners book. You know, it's kind of like, maybe you could look at it as a suggestion for the nuances of laws if you're a judge or something. But I realized that when you read these really big books, because they're super time consuming, and because if you're going to get any value out of them, you really should be concentrating on what they're saying, paying attention to what they're saying. And so I think every single time I do a bike ride or lift weights, you know, listen to the book, because those are the big hours. Those are the times you spend all the time on. So that, you know, they go well together. You need time to read the book, and you got a lot of time, and you have the concentration. So yeah, whenever I'm doing that, listen to the book. But when I get back home, I don't think I should be listening to the book anymore, because I have too many things going on, you know. If I'm trying to look for something or do something, like, it breaks the concentration and you can't listen to the book. If it's a complicated, difficult book like Thomas Aquinas. And the brain's probably burnt out enough on the actual training, so it's better to, there's plenty of other stuff, you know, to listen to when you're going around the house, like nothing, music, or the news on YouTube. So, yeah. So, oh man, my inner thigh is sore. Haha. Like I was lifting weights because from the stretching. So that's good. I got limber really quickly. Like I was laying in bed last night, and I can get my I can get these all the way out like that, like when I'm in bed all the way to the ground. But when I started last month, a month ago, and I was in bed, they'd get stuck like here, and I was remember doing like this. So in a month, it went all like that. So, I mean, I am making progress. It's just that it's kind of hard to tell because I have so far to go still. But and I could almost touch my palms on the ground the other day when I tried it with my legs straight. And if you can touch your palms on the ground with your legs straight, you're straight up limber. And I think one reason that I got limber so quick is because there's no muscle in my legs. Like my legs, melted away into like nothing, like it's kind of hard to tell from here. Because I have put on size on my legs in the last month, especially my left leg. But my legs used to be just like nothing. It was like those people in the wheelchairs. And so if you have no muscle, there's nothing that you have to stretch out, and there's no sore muscles. So yeah, at least the stretching part is going easier now that I'm starting it. And so if I can get stretched aligned with getting strong, yeah, it'll be way easier to be super limber when I'm strong. Like if I'd started stretching now and I'd only been lifting weights and riding bikes, have all these muscles, yeah, it would take a long time to get limber. So anyways, that's enough babbling. I'm a babbler. I will talk to you tomorrow.